Hello, I'm Max Balegde.
And I'm George Clarke. Oh wait, wrong accent. God damn it.
You just go, and we're George Clarke.
And we're George Clarke.
There you go, nailed it. That was great. Max isn't here today.
Oh.
Bless him. He's I don't know, off doing some sort of brand pushing for the Milky Bar Kid. We are joined by Batch and Arthur today.
Woo.
I didn't realise that was the intro, so I'm a bit lost.
Oh no, yeah, big time.
You did great.
Yeah, you
Ours
smashed
was
it.
looking a bit small, but in comparison,
You
you're
can't
supposed to be
even
George
see it.
Clarke, that's why.
Oh, Thunderbatty, yeah.
Yeah. Thunderbat.
That's what they call me.
That's what they call me.
How the hell have you guys been? I haven't seen you in so goddamn long.
True.
Is that the truth?
Is that a joke?
Truth?
I was literally on their podcast earlier.
Yeah,
Which-
it was.
When's this podcast coming out? In like 3 weeks. So probably about 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, so ours will come
Ours
out
will be out, yeah.
first.
Mm.
Oh,
No one will watch
should we
this.
reference all those bits in that podcast right now?
Oh yeah, let's just do the whole thing. Let's do the whole podcast.
Let's just recite it.
So in case you didn't watch that one already, here it is. Just do all the segments again.
He does everyone know. Arthur says, Batch says, George.
And then I drooled upon my phone. Did happen once, sadly.
Oh, you
drooled
spat
on your
me.
phone.
You spat on me.
You are my phone.
See, it's spat on me.
What the hell have you guys been up to, huh? Let's fill each other in.
And then we'll let you know what we're up to.
Yeah, there you go. Nice,
Well,
good
we were
stuff.
supposed to hang out last night
Oh
as
yeah,
a trio,
the old Jake Paul / Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
but then everyone just got really tired. Chip was really keen. Chris was keen.
Yeah,
Chris went on a date. Chip said he was too old, and we were like, nah. And we're glad we didn't watch it in the
but
end.
now he's been pestering us all day to play some Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Thoughts on the fight?
we didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? Have you not seen any
watched the
clips of
highlights,
it?
though?
I watched the highlights. It just
just
felt
sad.
a bit
It's
sad.
just quite
yeah.
depressing. Yeah. Do you think this is the end of influencer boxing?
Nah.
I think it's
as
just
we
the
know
beginning.
it? Just the beginning.
It's just the beginning. You and me, pal. Yeah, I think it's probably
I think it's been on a
Right.
downward spiral for a while
Do you reckon?
now.
Didn't he challenge Logan Paul, and Jake Paul's just challenged Conor McGregor?
Yeah, I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, I hope he doesn't see this as like oh damn, I've lost it. I need to like reprove myself.
yeah.
Because it's not gonna be nice.
No. But I think the Misfits cards will continue to go.
Yeah, Misfits will
so.
keep going. I think there's a finite life on it, man. There's only so much YouTuber who's not actually really a YouTuber anymore. You can see
Yeah.
failed boxing against another human. Would you guys box? I know Martha, you've boxed in the past.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would.
Would you box that?
Especially given how much like I enjoy content creation and stuff. The fact that they take like 6 months
Yeah.
out, they make it their content. Wouldn't be
Yeah.
for me personally.
What if they were like, okay, you've got a fight this Wednesday against this person who also has just been told they've got a fight this Wednesday. You've both got about a week to train.
That I would do.
I'd be more inclined to
Well,
do.
depending on who it is.
But again, like the risk reward just doesn't seem good to me in general.
$20 million on the line.
I mean,
right now.
who's
need
that
more.
boxer that got hit in the back of the head and then he suffered really bad brain damage?
I've seen like various
Yeah.
TikToks.
And I
about
would
this
just be
man,
like,
yeah.
oh, was it what am I trying to gain by like as well? Like I don't know. I just don't really see the point in just punching someone else in the face, having them punch me in the face, and
How many times have you
that's
punched
it.
someone in the face, Arthur?
Yeah.
a couple of times in a ring.
In the ring. We said the face, not the ring. Come on.
Well, what else have I written down here about the Mike Tyson fight? Oh, this is a good question. What alternative would be a good sport to make YouTubers go up against each other?
That's a
in?
great question.
Ooh.
So say boxing crumbles down to an end. The YouTubers have done it. They finally filled out their goal they set out to do, which was to destroy boxing. I myself am a hardcore boxing fan, so that's what I believe.
Oh, nice.
What is the alternative sport that comes through now?
Do we want another one-on-one, or do we want... Because the influence of football is alive and thriving, really.
Yes.
Like, you look at Sidemen,
Sidmen charity match.
Wembley,
Wemble Snipes.
and
They
the
are
charity
good
match
fun.
is huge.
Yeah.
And that is something that I actively really enjoy.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching that, but
Yeah.
is that because it's so many big YouTubers at once doing it? That's something that couldn't really happen more than once a year.
And it couldn't
That's
resolve
true.
like one-on-one beef as much.
Yeah.
I genuinely would like a return to Rust
Bowling.
1v1,
Oh.
but with game chat on. So you could just be... I would love two YouTubers that absolutely hate each other for one to just be out quick scoping the other.
And it's international waters, so you're allowed to say whatever the hell.
What the hell?
As many slurs as you want. I don't know. Gaming.
One slur per kill. That's it. And it can be against a protected class every time you get a headshot. Let's make this a thing.
Fucking hell.
Who says no? Anybody?
No one's denying me.
I think maybe paintball, but you're not.
Oh.
But no.
1-on-1.
Yeah, like
Gulag.
1-on-1 paintball.
Like the
But
Gulag.
like no paint and bullets.
Okay. So just warfare.
Just
So just common
Just the
warfare.
Gulag.
I don't really know if there's
Gulag.
anything else other than boxing. It's such a sort of is a gladiatorial. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of that.
It's not, it
sort
should
of
be.
vibe.
Air hockey.
Yeah.
Sometimes your knuckles can get ruined. in
That's
air
so
hockey.
true.
They
But the thing
can.
goes too fast. I feel like because we don't, but some people illegally stream these things, and
Sorry, if you were illegally streaming last night and it's literally on Netflix, you've just at that point
You're
that's
fucked
just
up.
an addiction. You're going out of your way to illegally stream. That's just crazy.
Yeah, and no one's,
Netflix is expensive these days.
no one's illegally streaming air hockey.
Yeah, that's
So
what I
it's
mean.
just not going to happen.
They actually pay people to watch it.
Yeah, no one's going to watch that anyway. Maybe, like, have you ever watched those things on TikTok where it's like a marble race? And they'll give you the colours in the
Influencer marble racing, but it's just
Yeah.
them in a Zorb in a massive
Yes.
marble track.
Oh my God, that would be so good. You imagine just seeing... I'm trying to think of an example. I can't think of a single person. Just someone.
Just an YouTuber.
Yeah.
Why is it all such unproductive stuff as well? Why don't you just go like, oh, you hate him, you're both millionaires.
Let's all plant
Oh,
trees.
who can plant the most trees? That's so
Oh.
embarrassing for the person who can plant the least trees.
I thought
And
you
then
said-
they,
so
and then,
true,
and then they
bestie.
start mugging each other off, just going like on live streams, like that dweeb's only on 19 million trees. I'm on 400 million trees.
it would be a nice world.
And then okay,
Influencer
right.
poker.
Just then let's go back to gambling, which many people have lost their livelihoods for.
Cal's just suggested
Akin to
influencer
planting
poker.
trees. Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
what,
he's
fuck the trees.
Trees are boring unless you poker.
Fuzzy poker.
Let's cut the trees down, make them into cars, and play poker.
I like poker, and if that decide it by who can consume the most crystal methamphetamine from the streets, then that's the best one.
That is now we're shaping up a good event. Okay. What about
Jousting.
brilliant? Because I was thinking horse racing, but that's way better.
I've been watching Game of Thrones, and jousting does look, but surely the winner's just whoever's got the longest stick. I don't get the jousting thing.
As
No,
it
it's
is with
technique.
life.
How are you better at
technique.
jousting than someone?
It's like fencing.
Because you just charge
Yeah.
it. You know,
How
but
are
with
you better
fencing, you're on your feet. You can bounce.
You
back
are
and
literally-
forth.
if you're good with your
I
hips.
do get where you're coming from. You're not allowed to move out the way, are you?
No.
Aren't you?
You sit there with a massive stick on your arm. They're so big and heavy. It's not like in fencing where they're like.
They're like what?
Did you ever fence at school?
You know when they go.
We went to very different
That's
schools.
I'm saying that's crazy.
Did you not do fencing at school?
No, nobody did
It's
fencing.
the
at our
thing
school.
is so quick, and
Was
you're
it
right
after
on your
potions class.
It's not. It's not far off boxing because it's so quick and light on your feet. With jousting, it's just a giant rod,
I'm happy with just whipping my giant rod out.
Yeah, I don't mind getting. the
and you
giant
just
one out.
charge at them. So you're like, if you've got an 11-foot rod and I've got a 10-foot rod, your rod's pounding me before mine pounds you.
I think they're
Well,
the same
if
size.
so, surely you both just meet the same
Yeah,
sticky
it's
end.
about
'cause
where
if
your
some-
body's. You've
Yeah,
got to find the point.
If someone rocks up with an 11-foot rod, and I'm just
Points
saying
might
that's not
make sense.
regulation. That's not
Yeah, it's
regulation.
an accuracy.
That's
jousting.
an illegal rod.
But
You get like more points for the chest and less for the shoulder and arm and shit.
but at double the speed of a horse, surely getting pounded by a 10-foot rod is
Can we
life.
stop calling it pounded? Isn't it just one
Sorry, penetrated.
one
by
quick
10-foot rod.
penetration? Yeah.
That's better. That's better. People don't die during jousting, though, do they?
Is
They
that
die in Game of
factual?
Thrones. That's the only reference I have.
Sometimes I just say stuff, whether it's true or not. I'll just say
My school took jousting out of the curriculum in the late 1800s.
he brought suit of armor instead of PE kit into school. So let's not ask this guy.
I thought you said he brought Sue Obama in.
He brought Sue. Don't know who that is, but he found Sue Obama and brought her in.
Who the hell even is?
Who the hell is
Susan
even Sue
Obama?
Obama?
Yeah. Okay. How about medieval? What is a medieval practice you think should be brought back? One medieval practice per person.
Oh, hanging.
Crikey.
No, carry on.
if you wanna see some hung people, look no further than George and I.
Hey.
Right, and you're the first one to be hung and quartered for that. That's disgusting.
That thing needs to be
Right.
quartered.
If cringe is a hangable offence, we're all fucked. Let's be honest.
What about when someone's done something fucking stupid? Say if like a YouTuber gets cancelled, not for something serious, but like say it's don't matter why you released another £50 advent calendar.
Sure.
Get put in the is it stools?
There's still yeah.
And then
And they throw tomatoes at you.
they
Yeah,
throw
tomatoes.
objects from her calendar at her.
That's even better.
Take this malleable cookie cutter and this
I
glitter packet.
That would be a great one.
That's fun because those things are just used for kinky people now, aren't they?
Are they?
You see them in bedrooms.
Oh yeah, they put their
bedrooms?
ankles in them.
They're sort of like the stock where you sort of there's a big hole for your head, 2 smaller holes for your arms,
Keep talking.
and they're just like at the foot of a bed, and you just sort of like head down.
Where have you seen that in a bedroom?
We did ages ago. We did my first ever video on Arthur Frederick, actually, at the time was Arthur TV Reacts, was looking at weird properties around the world.
Oh yeah.
And there was one weird called like the Kinky Hotel.
And it just had that.
And it just had these like, it's all like the medieval stuff, but now for kinky things.
But how is throwing tomatoes at someone kinky?
No, because you throw.
Rose toys.
Nice.
That's the one.
There
Yeah.
you go. I'm hitting my target audience there.
And it just sticks because it's got that suction action. So they just.
What else?
Stop! Immediately stop. I hate this so much. Right, I think, Arthur, while you think about medieval practices,
He's doing the dissociate.
would you
thing
like
again.
and beverage?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, in our cupboard of completely work-related occupational stuff, there may be something that you require.
Go in.
Oh, yeah.
You got gooch?
Yeah, we do.
Nice. Okay.
Just a cupboard full of gooch.
That's crazy.
I'm having a hooch.
Go for it.
Would you like a hooch?
Can you get me the
Speaking to the mic because people are listening.
And they really want to know what you're going to
Okay.
drink.
gooch?
What's
Yeah, I like
going
the gooch.
into Batch's
hooch.
mouth next?
What
What's
would you
going
like?
into Batch's mouth?
you.
Could I have a hooch, please? We could be
Lemon
them.
or passion fruit or mango boot?
Mango boot.
Lemon hooch or alcoholic passion fruit and mango brew is what I said.
Can I
clearly,
get-
But the mic was a bit muffled.
Could I get lemon hooch, please?
Nice. Can I try the mango and bathroom with?
Oh, you're an NFL guy
no.
now.
Can I try the mango?
By the way, audio listeners, we are not currently amidst a thunderstorm. Arthur is just trying to figure out how
hell.
to use the.
No, I changed my mind.
NFL?
Yep.
Ten hut.
Not fucking losing.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
gosh.
hands.
Thanks.
George Clarke has great hands.
Not. I've got quite
That
small.
would be such a sick intro edit for you. I'll
What,
just
and then
write
it's
that
just
down
a-
later for me
then
to
it's
make.
just an edit of.
and then just all
He
the
has
clips.
such good hands.
And then
It's
all
just
the,
an
and then it
edit
just
of my
walk-
hands.
The drop, and then it's just all the edits where your hands look extra veiny.
Have you ever had an edit of your body parts done?
My
yeah.
gooch.
Yeah, because they found my fitness account,
Oh,
and there was one. They would zoom in on my crotch, basically.
that's hot.
So yeah. What about you guys?
You got a link to the video, just so we can like put it in.
Yeah, I'll pull it up later.
Yeah, we've been a bit naked.
You
in
guys
a
have
few
been. I've
videos.
seen a lot of naked.
I had
guys.
when I got my booty not out in Sri Lanka when it was like I was in the pool and I was in my boxers. That one was in a lot of edits for a while. And then when we
Don't
did
look me in the eyes.
and then when we did the topless Simon video, that was in quite a few. And then
I've had a few that have started with BBL Drizzy,
ooh,
and it's
BBL, Clarke.
just an edit of my ass.
It's only your ass.
Genuine, yeah. Like my face at some point is not in it.
Oh, you sent. Oh yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one. Can you send me that later?
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
see
cool,
that.
man.
After that photo, you
I've
sent
never
us
gotten to the end
your
of it.
ass. Oh my god.
Yeah, George put a picture of his own ass in the group chat,
Yeah.
and Chris was like,
That was It was a picture that I got tweeted, and I said it was weird, and then I was like, oh, I kind of just sent
You
that.
zoom in.
"Yeah, just, hey guys,
Yeah.
how weird is this? It's a photo of my ass.
How weird is this? And it looks.
Look
so
how
good.
weird and
It looks so
cake,
good.
caked up.
Oh,
I was
so
going
he
for
gets,
cheeked
he
or
gets
caked.
nervous when he talks about my ass.
He does, doesn't he? So cheeky and cakey. I'm drooling.
That can't be allowed. That's such a cheeky little booty you got there.
There's so much mass on it. There's so much mass on it.
Yeah,
Here's a
I
question.
don't drool anywhere else. It's just when I'm around George, I drool a lot.
I'm gonna
I salivate.
You spat on me earlier.
Yeah, because I'm salivating at his cheeks.
Talking of salivating cheeks, how long would it take for you to realise that birds no longer fly, they are just walking?
A long
A
time.
long time. In the concrete jungle,
Where dreams are made of.
Yeah, wet dream tomato.
we don't really see birds flying much. Actually, out our window, would you not say?
Yeah, but like, if you see a bird walking along the
wouldn't
floor,
think
you're
about it.
going, not thinking anything of it. Pigeons. Pigeons, I barely see a pigeon fly.
But like now we live in an apartment blocks. You not think you'd look out and be like, I've not seen a bird in
Well, yeah,
a
if a
very
bird was
long
walking
time.
up the side.
So I was like, what the fuck? Bit weird, but okay.
But how long would it take? I genuinely think months.
I don't
I
know.
agree,
I
man,
don't know if
probably.
I'd notice.
Ever.
I don't think I'd notice, to be honest with you.
The bird. By the way, in this scenario, the birds aren't just walking in the sky; they are walking along the floor. No longer having birds in the sky. Yeah,
Chris
I
would
don't,
notice
I
early because
don't-
he's a big bird watcher.
Yeah, but would he just be like, "Oh, I haven't seen birds in a while"?
Yeah, that's what I would think.
He does anyway.
I just think, where are they?
Oh, good fun.
I wouldn't assume that they lost their ability to fly. I just think they're not here.
But then and then you see them and you be like, oh, there they are, and then you stop worrying
Yeah,
about
and I
it
wouldn't
again.
worry about it.
I think it would hit when somebody just tweets, "Look, I haven't seen a bird fly in a while,"
Yeah.
and everyone would go, "That's so fucking true." But I don't think anyone would still look into it.
Unless I was chasing birds at some point, which I barely do anymore. But if I were to do that and I realise, they're not doing that thing where they like get a bit of a
But they fly.
boost to. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah,
There was
when they flap their wings. That
the
thing.
other day when the Thames water was really low and like the beach was out and bats were just chasing seagulls on the beach. I was like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, well, I was bored. So they were flying. So in that circumstance, if they weren't flying off, I'd be a bit like, this is boring now.
Yeah.
I think perhaps somebody at a bird sanctuary would be the one that breaks the news to everyone.
That's true. Because the news would be broke before I'd realise, and then I'd realise.
That is, yeah. Have you ever been to Bird World?
Yes, in
Have
the
you actually?
Cotswolds,
I don't know. But there are
in a
birds
little
there.
village.
Were there lots of birds there?
Sounds like you know more than us. Tell us.
I went to Bird World quite a lot when I was younger with my grandparents, and I really liked it.
Yeah, you're not far from the Cotswolds, were you? Your hometown from?
I don't know what the Cotswolds is. What is the bird? Where is the Bird World?
You know,
Oh, that solves it.
it's in.
Don't be us, right?
Turns out I've not been there.
Our producer said sorry, and I made a really funny joke. Yeah, so I feel like maybe if the Bird World visitors would be alarmed.
Because they're all on the floor. I think, what the fuck? Well, how do they sleep?
He's itching to tell us something.
No, I had a
No, he's just booking tickets to Bird World.
Yeah, I might.
As you should. Thanks to the sponsor of this episode,
I need
Bird
to
World.
find out more about Birdworld. I'll make a note of that.
No, hold on. I didn't know a penguin was a bird.
Sorry, our
What?
producer has just
Sorry,
said
what?
he doesn't know a penguin was a bird.
I never thought what a penguin was.
What did you
Yeah,
just
what-
didn't think what that
I
was?
didn't think about it.
It's just a big fish, anyway.
Thanks.
What?
Cool, we can move on.
The thing, they chuck them in the aquarium. They just chuck anything that's wet in the aquarium now.
Yeah.
They're always in water, birds.
Your mum was
I think of my mum. They even tried chucking my mum in there. No, I shouldn't take part in that joke, actually. What have you done?
That is true.
Statement retracted.
Like, it isn't. Seals often in an aquarium as well.
Yeah, exactly. Anything that's frogs, they'll chuck frogs in there because
Yeah,
they're
but
wet.
anything that spends a good amount of time in water, of
Exactly,
course it's going to be in an
it's
aquarium.
wet,
There's
they
a lot of
chuck it in.
water. It's
Yeah,
wet.
but what about a zoo? Would you be like, oh no, sorry, no seals allowed? That's
Yeah,
a-
'cause where
that's
do
a-
you draw the line?
a
That's
zoo can have
aquarium
both,
spawn
but
only.
aquariums can't have purely dry land. If there's an elephant in an aquarium, we're like, what the frick are you doing
But
here?
have you seen the videos of the elephants
Even though
in
they
the water?
spend what? Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes they
They
get wet
do.
too, you know. Would you bat an eyelid if they
In
put
fact, they have a great time in water because they've got the long.
the penis on their face? Yeah. If you put a seagull in the aquarium, would you bat an eyelid?
Yes, I'd say what.
It depends if it's in
That's
an enclosure.
outside. They're normally outside the aquarium
Yeah.
eating the chippy chips. Shout out Carl Palmer.
Like them and pigeons. You're like, get out of here, buddy. This is fancy bird town.
Don't say pigeons like that. Pigeons have
Yeah.
done so much for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should agree with. I've seen you both talk about pigeons. You're very passionate about it.
I love pigeons.
They deserve a better shot. Did I
Yeah.
tell you that I found a pit? My dad
Founded pigeons.
My dad ripped down a tree and there was a pigeon nest in it, and we didn't realise, and there was eggs in there. And I tried hatching it with a hot water bowl in a shoebox because I couldn't afford to buy a.
hot water that you boiled it alive.
Get an
No,
incubator.
I know this story.
Yeah.
I didn't have
You
the money
boiled
for an
it
incubator.
alive.
I didn't have the money for an incubator. I had to get up every 3 hours
You should have just
to
sit on
change the hot water bottle to keep it warm. I didn't have that time. That sort of time.
it. Sit in it like a nice little hen.
Yeah, put it in an incubator. It's like a very specific, like.
I know that I
38
couldn't buy it.
degrees.
I didn't have the money to buy an
Just
incubator.
put it in
so
the
I
oven,
used-
fan 200 for like
Guys,
20 minutes.
I used the hot water bottle method, which I coined.
So it was just rapidly changing from 95 to about 30 degrees.
And for 2 weeks, it was growing. You shine the light up to it and you see the veins coming off, and it was growing. Then one day it just stopped because I forgot to wake up in the middle of the night.
Wait, actually?
2 weeks straight.
Oh, that's really
What,
sad.
of waking up in the middle of the night?
2 weeks straight, I was waking up at 3 a.m.,
What, making
5
it
a.m., 9 a.m.
making it a hot water bowl?
Redoing the hot water bowl, yeah. And then it just, the veins got to a certain point and didn't go any further.
That's
really sad.
Yeah.
But without me, it wouldn't have even got, it would have just,
Did you
Pigeon
make
wing,
it into like an omelette or something?
no, I threw it in a bush in the garden. My dog probably got it, to be honest. If I'm being honest.
That's not very fun. Have you ever had any other pets other than a dog?
Yeah, I had another dog, which died. I had another cat.
Which died?
No, a cat, which died.
Oh.
They died within a week of each other. Heartbreak.
Was it like after a while that you'd had them though?
Couple days. No, yeah. The dog, yeah, both old age. So they got to old age. But then I had a cat which was a twin with the cat. Well, they were brothers. And they're all in the same letter anyway. That one died earlier on.
That's
It
so
was
true
hit by a
actually.
car.
They're all cats are always in a litter.
Yeah.
Are they all twins?
What are they?
Why aren't they twins?
You tell us.
They're all in the womb at the same time.
Explain that.
Go on.
Well, it's just like non-identical twins. We have those in humans as well.
Yeah, but does that mean they're twins still though? Because
Yeah, would you classify them as
I've never
quadruple,
quite
whatever they are?
thought like, oh my god, look at all those
Yeah, you'd
piglet twins.
Yeah, me neither. There's so many twins.
Look at all these little piggy
They're
twins.
all there
Yeah, just
twinning.
non-identical. Yeah.
Anyway, and I had a lot of fish. Growing up, I was a fish guy.
Yeah.
60-litre tank, tropical, balloon molly. One of my first videos was asking if one of my balloon molly fish was pregnant. It wasn't.
What's
just
a
fat.
balloon molly fish?
If you, it looks like a fat fish. They always look pregnant, which is why I had to make the video on it. I was like, "Is this pregnant?" I had it in a hatchery.
Did you have to make a video?
I couldn't find the answers online, so I thought I'd make a video. That's why Jellyvids 888 was made.
Right.
After my actual face.
I do find that funny.
Interesting. And then yeah.
How
those
did
are
you intro
pets
the
I've
vid?
had.
Did you intro the vid, or did you just go straight
I think
into
I
the task at hand?
I was trying to put on a husky voice. I had a very high pitched voice at this age, and I was like, "Hi guys, so I'm just wondering if my balloon molly fish is pregnant." It sounds a bit like that. I'm very much like, and I go, "But she's not had babies." I said that at some point. She's not yet had babies.
That reminded me of me and Arthur were playing Black Ops last night, otherwise known as Call of Duty, otherwise known as Get to Know. And he hopped on the mic, and I genuinely was like, if I handed this headset to someone, I reckon they would guess that you're like 16.
Why is that?
Because for some reason, hearing it through my headset, and you were just
You
like,
can't see his
you were
face.
just like, I've not really leveled up in this game yet, and
I'm new to this.
I've not got custom classes.
I don't know what they're talking about. I've got a very deep voice, actually. So.
But no, it was quite funny. You got a nice voice though.
I had,
Sexy.
I've had a lot of pets, but barely any like strange ones. I
And you
think.
only be living.
I really wanted to get a
Taxidermy.
sugar glider, a pair of sugar gliders.
Yeah. Pear.
What's a sugar
Pet.
sugar
Pair,
glider?
yeah.
You know the flying little squirrel cute things?
Oh, them
Yeah.
sugar
But
gliders.
there's a guy on TikTok that like he gets them and he walks around like the mall, and they're just like chilling on his shoulders because they're super loyal. He'll like go to the park, get them like an NFL ball, throw them. They'll glide onto the grass and then run back to him because they're just super loyal.
Oh, I
And
thought
he'll,
they
like,
get
put-
them an NFL ball, as in he'll throw an NFL ball, and then a fucking squirrel will play
I'll
fetch with
go
it.
get
That's
it.
what that's what I thought. So I just threw it back.
I had chickens, and we had a friend come around to our house with his dog, and the dog just killed so many of them one day.
Killed them.
Yeah, chickens
Oh.
die so easily from like heart attacks and stuff before they actually die.
Oh my god.
Oh,
If you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
they're not like dying of like being bitten to death or anything. They're just like, oh my god, I've just been bitten. They just die.
oh.
We had a horse, but it wasn't really a pet. It just lived in our house.
In the house.
Is this a joke about your mum or something?
No, we generally his name was Milo.
A
And-
horse
must
was
be
living in
telling
your
the truth.
house.
Yeah, we just had a stable, but we were like, we don't have a horse, so Milo just moved in.
Whose was it? Whose was it?
Some lady who like lives up the road
Just said,
was like,
"You want him?
"You want a horse?
He's crispy."
Is he crispy?" What does that even mean?
How did you get on with Milo?
Just a sweet, shy thing. He was huge, but I didn't really spend too much time with him.
How many hands was he?
What does that mean? Oh, hands high. He's probably like 7 foot tall, so I don't know how many hands that is. Probably about 7 feet.
I think he was a horse, yeah.
Sorry, why have you asked in the weirder way of measuring? I've answered in a standard unit of
No,
measurement.
that's
No,
how you measure
That's
horses
how you
in
measure
hands.
horses.
Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, in hands. 15
But everyone's got
hands.
very different sized hands.
Yeah, when it's
Everyone's
a
got
really
very
small
different
horse.
sized feet.
Yeah. When it's a really small horse, it's hand solo.
Which is why we should move to the metric system. The imperial units are weird. And then there's no 6 foot target anymore.
What would it? Yeah, so
181
180 would be the target, though. wouldn't
or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd be lower. I'd be closer.
it? Yeah, I'd be
I could round up to 180 probably.
I can round up to 180.
Yeah, I could do that. I could lie, sure. I don't mind doing that.
I reckon I can round up to
6 foot,
180.
I'm 6 foot tall.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
That's nice though. You got a Milo. Nice.
How many
That's
pets?
a nice stable relationship.
Nice.
I had a hamster once.
Oh yeah.
Have I told you about this story? Did
No.
you know about the story?
No.
So it's a sad story, and I would appreciate it if you treated it as so. Okay. So I had a albino hamster.
How was that funny?
That's so mean. What the? I had I had an albino dwarf hamster, and
Stop adding
Okay,
stuff.
you can't add another detail.
it was a dwarf hamster.
No, but as in just
Yeah, but you can't just
he was
make
already
things
ready
weirder.
for the
I'm already-
albino. You can't just.
And I'm not laughing at that. It's just laughing at hamster.
Okay.
Right, well, that,
Can I go into the story that because this is quite a it really
Sorry.
really hit, this is the only pet I've ever had. It really hit home. So we originally had to get
I so thought he was going to add a third word.
no, we originally had to get Gromit because he
Wait, what? No, he's called Gromit.
yeah, it's called Gromit
Okay.
because he was like all white, but Gromit doesn't have red eyes and he did.
Okay.
Gromit isn't white.
I'm gonna have to let you know that he is.
Wallace and Gromit. Gromit is grey.
He's not grey.
He's not grey, I'm afraid.
Please, am I wrong here?
The kid's white.
Wallace and Gromit. Gromit is just a plain.
What
white-
other Gromit do you know? Wallace and Gromit.
I don't think we get mixed up. Yeah, he's drippy with it. He's off white.
Yeah, I thought he's virgin.
I need
white.
to picture this.
I need to take a picture of this.
Oh,
he's white.
that I would. I mean, that's him on a white background.
You've chosen that picture.
What?
That is not a white dog.
That ain't grey.
He's not grey, he's off white.
He's off white. Okay, we'll
Okay,
stop
She's
so
got it.
anyway, back to my hamster.
Sorry.
So we were at Pets at Home, and they were giving. This is how we originally chose Gromit, where he chose us, because the lady was handing us hamsters, and I dropped Gromit, so we had to. We had to buy him.
She wasn't like, no, definitely not. No, apparently not. I wonder. And then she goes and gets Gromit. Curious. Very curious.
Are you doing a sorting hat for hamsters right now?
What's curious, Mr. George Clarke, is that hamster had one sibling. Just one other sibling.
It's still going.
No,
apparently.
it's Ollivander from Harry
It's
Potter.
still
And
going.
okay, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ollivander, we've had enough.
The hamster chooses the kid. Yes, so we dropped him. We had to buy him.
Those can't be protocol. There can't be protocol. I'm sorry. I get it in a store like, oh, I've dropped the beetroot. Oh, I've got to buy that. I've got to buy that because I broke it. But you drop the hamster and they're like, nope, you're buying that.
Well, he was sort of beetroot colour after that.
Oh,
How sad.
crikey.
Purple blood.
His eyes were. But anyway, so long story short, we had a really nice time with Gromit. I say that he bit us whenever we tried to touch him. And one night, I was taking a walk along the river. Not in that song, don't worry. One night I was.
That's what you do.
I was in bed.
I'm never doing that again. That's so embarrassing. Is that what it's like on the other side of that?
One night, I was in bed and we heard like a rattling sound, and we were like, "Oh, he's just like going ham on his wheel." He was a fit hamster. I'll hold my hand up and say it. He kept fit. Then we came down the next morning, and that turns out it wasn't his wheel. He was actually banging against the side of his cage because he tried to. We had a second level for him. He had a bougie little pad, did Gromit, except he was so fucking stupid that he decided not to go up the ramp onto the second level. He decided to squeeze through the side railings to get onto the second level, but then slipped, got his leg caught in the door, and then was upside down, and that was what the banging was. It was just banging against the door all night, just like rattling around. So we came downstairs. My dad sort of went, "Oh, Gromit." Sort of held him in his hands and was like, "Oh, he's not in a great state. He's clearly like fucked his leg." So he snapped a lollipop stick in half and gave him a splint, wrapped it around his leg, and then
So he snapped his other leg to balance it out.
and then his whole back end was yeah.
Now
Had lollipops for legs.
And now he walks on. And now he walks on 2 legs. We've got Masood,
Stuart Little.
and thus Stuart Little was born.
Go on,
He's a
figure
great
it out.
actor, and he moved to Hollywood.
Go on, figure that out, Batch.
Oh, that's
There
a
you go.
man with a physics-related major. As you,
Oh, that is a man with a physics-related major.
So
I did not look at you that sensually.
we thought it'd be okay, but then we woke up the next morning and he was just rigor mortis in his bed. Splint still.
He was watching Rick and Morty in his bed,
What a lazy shit.
and so we killed
He
him.
was going, "I'm Pickle Gromit, I'm Pickle Gromit." I was like,
I'm Pickle Gromit.
I was like,
Pickle Gromit.
Oh, God.
This is the weirdest
Uh,
way for us to
so-
deal with this macabre story.
So yeah, my dad came in and broke the news to me, and I was playing Uncharted, and I said, "Okay."
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And what the fuck do you expect me to do with that information?
And he said he buried him, but he didn't. He just threw him in the wheelie bin.
Oh, shitting hell.
I thought you were going to tell me that Gromit kept doing this, so eventually he just had 4 lollipops for legs and a head was just stuck on. And it was just
Yeah,
a
but now I
mess.
use him as a pencil case. So.
Oh. That's actually reminded. I had gerbils and a similar thing happened.
A similar thing happened.
Got their leg
Gerbils
caught.
dig low. Gerbils dig quite a lot, don't they? They have. I remember looking at the cages,
Yeah.
and they have like the level of them is really high up, and then they just sort of burrow down.
Yeah, they did dig quite a bit, and then one of them ate the other one.
That they do that.
Yeah. So
You put them in thinking they're going to make little babies. They just eat each other.
Mm.
I just
Not
don't
even
think they
out.
wanna live.
Just like.
yeah, not even in the good way.
mm.
Who would have thought?
Any problems with Milo? Just dig in or anything?
The horse.
Similar issue.
No.
No, the tweenie.
What a hamster and not gerbils, guinea pigs and stuff.
Ate one of them the other day.
You ate guinea pig?
Mm,
Really?
Wow.
in Peru.
Because you're in Peru.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And was it crispy?
That's what we did.
You should. I did the crispy joke.
Did you want me to laugh?
Yeah.
Okay. Next time, just warn me before it happens.
Wait,
I'll laugh.
just laugh now because they can cut it in. Nice.
Arthur.
I do that all the time on the podcast and no one ever knows. I say just laugh
Yeah.
and I'll
It's just
I'll
the
paste it
same laugh track over and over again. It's like, Batch has not done anything this episode except.
But yeah, wouldn't recommend. It's not really worth it. Sorry to just
Was it
slate the Peruvian
Was it
national
one
dish.
of the videos from you guys that I saw where they were playing the pan flute and they? Oh no, because we were watching the night before. We were watching Carl Pilkington,
Yes.
and they went past the guys who were eating the guinea pigs and
Yeah.
playing on the pan flute, and he was like, "Oh, this is shit." Just turn it off, and he kept walking. So you ate one of them?
The guinea pigs, not the guys playing the pan.
Yeah. Well, you could do both.
But no, really cool.
Interesting. What did it taste like? Can I ask?
Like a mix between chicken and pork, but like not a lot of it.
Chalk, if you will. Picking.
And then I had a little cheese sauce on it.
Really?
Chalk and cheese.
Oh, it was a joke.
That's Chris.
How disappointing.
How disappointing.
Oh, have you seen when I led him on to think I was telling him a fact in his video the other day?
No.
It's
I brought him on Planet
Oh
Arthur.
no, I did see that.
He came on my series of Planet Arthur where we speak
did.
about nature and animals, and he spent about 3 minutes speaking about what was it?
It was they were talking about rays.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, they're like
Oh, yeah,
really cool.
manta rays and
We don't really get them around
stingrays.
here. And I was like, oh, well, we did get them in Cornwall at one point. It was like, what? I was like, no, do you not remember this? But they had to. I was like, they started eating like all the local rubbish and went on a long story as I ended up being like, oh yeah, so they were like, people would be dropping their sunglasses in and they'd be like eating up all these sunglasses and stuff. And then also, so in the end, they had to have a Ray-Ban.
I was so invested.
I bet you were so disappointed.
Not feeling.
He was so upset.
I
I was genuinely about to end the video. I was like, I'm doing this by myself.
Oh, such a shame.
That was very funny.
Thanks, man.
It makes me uncomfortable when you say Planet Arthur out loud as well.
Oh, my favourite series.
I've got another fun question. After the, when would you find out if birds walk, not run?
What?
If the birds stop flying. After that
Can birds
question,
run?
we've got,
Mm-hmm.
does a snake have a tail?
It is a tail with the eyes, I think.
Hmm.
Like a worm's just a tail.
Because I'd feel uncomfortable if I said a snake doesn't have a tail, but then I'd be like, where does the tail start? Where does the snake's head stop?
It's such a good point. How can you... There's so many people scared of snakes. How can you just be scared of a tail? It's just a tail.
It's a belt with eyes.
Yeah.
How are you scared of that thing?
belt with eyes.
Yeah, fucking draft excluder.
Yeah, because where do you section it off?
I love that.
Maybe-
Arthur is really sort of digging in his brain right now. Does it have a tail?
Maybe the part where it just becomes just muscle and bone and...
Or is it after the
Scales.
butthole?
So yeah, you have like all the intestines, all the organs inside, perhaps even the
Perhaps.
Perhaps are in there.
the excretory holes, etc.
No way, look at
And
that
then you
belt.
just have a bit that's just muscle, bone, and 'cause it's like cut that off and it's still fine. Whereas you
Yeah.
cut off halfway through where it's like it's got stomach and butt and penis and vagina on the other side. then
They got
it's-
butt and penis and vagina?
Yeah.
Are they asexuals?
what?
Is that what that is?
Hermaphrodites.
Hermaphrodite?
Yeah.
No.
so- yeah.
Why'd you say it then?
Just to cover 3 bases.
Ah, the 3 basics.
The butthole,
The 3
penis, and vagina.
essentials. Butthole, penis and vagina.
The 3 most important ingredients in any fun.
Second question. Does a snake have a neck?
Ooh, that's good. It's just a neck. I've changed my answer. There's just one big neck with eyes.
But again, I think it would be the bit that's just muscle and bone in between the head with the brain and stuff and all the intestines and organs.
But how long?
Whether it
how
has
long
any,
does that
though.
get to? That seems like too much neck. If I was looking at a snake,
But your lungs probably go up to like up
I think it is
or
just
like
a
the
neck,
bit where
guys.
Steve Baxwell grabs it. Is that the neck?
Yeah.
They might use that in the.
The part where Steve Baxwell grabs under the description.
That's my part where Steve Baxwell grabs.
This is-
Oh, gotta love Steve
Steve.
Baxwell.
Oh my god, a fucking snake does have a tail.
A snake does have a tail, apparently.
It does.
News just in.
Where?
At the very end.
At the very end.
Didn't
It's not gonna be in the middle, is it?
Yeah, basically what you were saying when the arsehole ends.
Where the arsehole ends.
Ah,
There's a
it all
tail.
comes down to the asshole again. Classic.
That's like when you guys are doing a podcast and he's waffling. When the and you want to tell a story. When the arsehole ends, there's a tail.
A fable
very
tale.
good. Why am I the
What,
asshole?
everyone's like, well,
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
self-explanatory.
I
isn't
like it.
But I imagine you can also
But
do like comparative with other animals that sort of share evolutionary histories with them, and they'll have sort of like
yeah, where do their feet?
Similar.
Yeah.
bone structure.
What are those ones that have tiny little feet? Slow worms. Is that what they're called?
Don't know.
Oh.
You know the snakes because
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's like snakes with arms, right? Just
Millipedes is a crazy thing to say to that question.
that's a bug.
Cal has just said millipedes. And
I think
like,
it is slow worm. I think it is a slow worm.
He's not wrong. They are kind of snakes with little
Yeah.
legs.
It's cool though, because like with we kind of like speak about this with biology, like the way we love to classify things and put things in boxes, and it isn't the way that like science works in reality. It's the same thing with like whether you're talking about whether things have like snails or whether there are 2 genders or more or anything like that, or whether the chicken or the egg came first, or what's the difference between one species and another and stuff. Like everything's sort of like there's so many things in life that's just like a blurry gradient that we can
Yeah.
kind of like arbitrarily say. So yeah,
Not everything has to be in a box.
nope.
Just take my co-host for example.
What does that mean?
Is he dead?
He's gay.
Oh,
Oh, a box is gay.
I thought you said you got. Like, I thought you were saying he's been cremated and you put.
He's in a coffin right now.
Yeah, thank God he's gay. I was worried.
What does that mean?
Well, get better gay than dead.
It's making it sound like, I fine, fuck it.
No, obviously better gay than dead.
I guess
If I've had to pick one,
fuck
Max,
it,
I'm
okay.
fine. This is like a really weird political slogan. Better gay than dead. It's like, well, we agree with you, but not sure about why you said that.
No.
Just like your granddad thinking that they're being really inclusive and woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Don't worry, mate. It's okay. You're better gay than dead.
don't worry about it. Yeah. You haven't upset me.
I'm gay. At least you're not dead. What's that mean, Granddad? It's a bit of a weird thing to say. I mean, technically not wrong, but it's weird.
It came out weird, all right.
No.
It was just in the
What do you mean
context
it
of
came
things.
out weird. There's nothing but
Yeah,
weird about
yeah,
coming
He
out.
came out
digging.
fine. He came out fine.
Right, I know you guys are a big fan of the menstrual cycle.
Well, it's what you're having for dinner, isn't it?
You've had a really weird few minutes. You know? Really. Maybe you should just hold.
Hey, better weird than dead. Isn't it?
How much of this have you drank? Barely at you, weird boy.
I mean,
Barely, you weird boy.
yeah, all right. You did the monologue of Ollivander for about 10 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
it went on too long.
True.
I thought someone was going to cotton on and start finishing me off.
Is that why you were going
Oh,
like
grab it. Give us your wand. Give us your wand.
this? Give us your...
Oh, let's see your Patronus.
Oh, God.
I've got a question here for you. Thought this up myself, and you'll be surprised because it's so. It's just a very deep question. So drawing into this whole menstrual side of things, if you were a woman, do you reckon you'd prefer to just lay an egg?
Oh, God.
Have you ever seen an egg being laid by
What
a
a
chicken?
question, by the way. Yeah, their pajani goes fucking crazy. The pussy. The pussy bit. goes
The pussy bit. Their pajani's going crazy right now.
I can't imagine passing an egg feels great, but a woman egg.
Obviously.
You know how small a woman egg is? It's tiny.
Yeah, but it'll be like baby-sized egg, like the size that a baby would come out in. Like,
But imagine. Okay, so we briefly. I kind of wanted to do some sort of segment at some point on like, if you were intelligently designing a human, what would you do? Because we were
balls
saying that
inside.
like periods are just like the amount you have to bleed and the amount of like pain women go through that we understand.
but also balls on being on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
should
to
be
keep them cool.
near our butt.
But like,
Yeah, so
imagine
just
if
have them inside
rather than a
being cool,
period,
in a little cool box.
like
Sorry,
for
Karen.
several days, there's like menstruating cramps and stuff. The woman just passed an egg that just popped out that we could then fertise, and it just grew like an egg.
like a game of soggy biscuit.
yeah, just,
That's what fish do.
yeah, it doesn't mean doesn't mean I want to do it.
Would you not rather that? Well, you wouldn't rather that because you're a man, and it's much easier for us fertilising a woman than a fish fertilising. You know what I mean?
You earlier were saying I'm so glad women get periods.
What?
That's what you were saying earlier, and I was like, bro, stop. Think
No,
of all
but
the
this
stuff they go
scenario, either woman gets pregnant for 9 months, births an baby child,
Mm-hmm.
or woman births egg.
Monthly, you mean?
Let's say the egg.
Is the egg in
doesn't-
place of having a period?
Let's say the egg doesn't hurt.
But as in, like, in place of having
Well,
a
it
period,
might
or in
hurt.
place
It
of
might-
having a baby.
In place of having the baby, they birth an egg, but
Oh.
but do you like maybe they have to sit on it? I don't know. Do they?
Oh, much better, yeah. Because then you don't have all the like health risks of the baby being inside you.
And you won't have to carry it around. My thought process was like, oh, but it's a lot to carry a baby around and then have to like shit it out. What if you just shit it out and then sat on
Also,
it?
what if the baby comes? Because sometimes they come leg first, and that's a problem.
I was feet first.
That
I
explains
went
it.
black and blue for my first like 2 weeks of my
Really?
life. Yep.
I was a cesarean.
I was in a little
'cause
box.
I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck.
Oh.
It was a dark time in there, man.
I came out my mum's
So all the
butt.
growth nutrients were stuck at your head. Because you what? You did not come out your mum's butt.
I was an anal birth because I just found my way through. You not heard? You actually not heard of that?
Go back to anatomy school.
Searching it up, actually. Anal birth.
No,
I
that
wasn't.
would make so much sense because you wouldn't have all the health risks. You wouldn't need to like stretch as much.
Good drink.
You could drink.
Could you drink? Yeah, 'cause
smoke,
no
do
umbilical
meth
cord,
again.
right?
But maybe let's say the.
Single birth is the name of a band. It's just come up with
Right.
I thought he was going fuck off. It's possible.
Yeah, it's real.
let's say How long does an egg take to form? If like for like a bird or something. Not a bird as in like an actual
Gestation
bird, not
period?
just calling them colloquially birds.
Yeah, how long does a chicken take to make an egg?
Because if that was to just form and then you'd be like, oh,
Are they monthly as well?
like I can feel it inside me, but
No, of course
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
They make an entire egg a day.
Yeah.
I've had chickens. What? Of course I do.
Of course I do.
Of course they do. It just initially seems like an outrageous expenditure of energy.
shit. So, but I guess we'll give women a couple extra days on that. But it wouldn't hurt to form an egg and then just poops it out, right?
Like instead of a period.
I guess so.
Yeah, because I feel like
How has that happened? How is that evolutionarily good? An egg a day. Do you know how big eggs are in relation to the size of chickens?
What else you gonna have for breakfast?
All the energy that they eat, the amount of it that has to go towards that egg.
How big is the egg that we're talking about that comes out of
Egg
like
size.
human baby sized. So like like
But
baby.
you mean like month 3, the end of the first trimester, and like that size baby comes out in an egg, and then second and third like trimester is just like is growing in the egg.
I
right?
don't know if I'd ever make it out the egg if I was.
No, because it
born
would
in
have
an
to be
egg.
birthed in
Well,
the.
you've got a beak, so you'll be fine.
I actually, probably would have come out like that, wouldn't I?
No, 'cause eggs don't get bigger either, do they?
No.
So she'd have to birth the fully formed baby-sized egg.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
They have to birth a baby. Just as big.
But that's easier because the egg will be bigger because it's
Yeah,
got
but-
the baby and the
but also
eggshell and the liquid
They're
around
doing
it.
that after 9 months of carrying that thing around and not being able to. Like, would you take the extra just shape? Would the shape make it easier to poops out?
That's what I wonder, because sometimes baby might hang on to the walls. Not like,
I'm not
me
going
back
out of
here.
here. I've got meals every single day of the week.
Right through this.
Being plugged into a vending machine. I personally think. I mean, I don't know. Women watching currently, comment down below. Would you take up the option of just pooping out an egg instead?
Well, have you seen the baby sheep that was grown in essentially a bag? Have you seen that?
No.
They sort of had it in essentially like an artificial
Womb.
womb of a sheep. They had the baby lamb and it grew, and they were giving it all the nutrients.
Girls.
Pull up the photo.
It grew.
And
Bah.
and there's
Girls.
there's really no reason why we couldn't get
Oh.
a sperm
I-
and an egg,
I mean-
combine them and leave them
Yeah.
in a bag like
I-
that for the 9 months.
I mean, obviously it's see-through, but it shouldn't be. I don't want to see that.
I think that's more for science reasons.
Yeah.
But then, 5-10 years in the future,
Mm.
you're having a baby
Yes.
with your future wife,
Yes.
and she goes, we've got 2 options. She goes, obviously people don't get pregnant anymore. It's harmful to the health and all this kind of stuff. Maybe
Obviously,
some people
wife.
will out of choice because they want the experience. But she goes, I'm not going to. I would like it in one of these bags. We've got a choice between a totally opaque one or a totally transparent one. Do you go, I want to see that little baby growing every or are you like, that's too weird?
I don't know. I feel like
Because it'd be in your home.
it's similar to the question. Well, not very similar, but it's similar to like if people want to know if it's a boy or a girl or not.
Yeah, that's true.
If you want to. But I mean, people go for scans, but they don't go to see the baby. They go to get just checked up on their health. Don't
Yeah,
they?
that's true.
It's just like a sort of byproduct of it that you can also kind of see it. So it's.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a choice of.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have any
Personal
childbirth
preference.
problems with that. Because you could kind of like perfectly open the bag. Like maybe it could be ziplocked.
Boil in a bag
Yeah.
sort of thing. Just maybe if you
'Cause
you
there's
speed
no,
up
like-
the process, just put it on the hob for like 30 minutes.
Microwave.
Yeah.
And if you don't like something about them, just go in and mould them a bit.
Yeah, just pop them in a tray
Yeah.
and just so they can just form into the sort of size that you want.
Yeah. If their feet are a bit small, you think, oh no, I want him to be a size 10 at least or something. You
Yeah,
just
just stretch
pull
them,
at them
yeah.
a bit. Maybe.
Or you could pop it in a tan in bed.
Oh yeah. Because they do come out quite pink. No, in all honesty though,
It comes out, it's just
Why are you
mogging
trying to look smack your baby?
It's just mogging all the other babies in their cribs.
No, I just open up the Ziploc and I whisper in, remember to mew.
Yeah.
Zip it back.
No, his canthal tilt is let's push him back that
It's
way.
cancelled tip. No, you look like a prey animal. Come on.
You've got your father's weird interocular distance. Let me just push these back closer together.
Just big dents in the size of the. That's a fun question.
But no, in all honesty, whatever the woman would prefer is my answer.
How many pussy-clad, brass-clad eggs would they give me?
How many pussy?
Imagine coming home and your wife being like, I want to have some kids. And you're like,
Oh,
yeah, fine. And she goes, I want 6 tuplets today. And you go, okay, well, and there's 6 blood-clad, brass-clad eggs on the table.
that's reminding me. What if
Would you eat human omelette? Sorry.
No.
Yeah, because you don't eat the bit that becomes a human anyway. It's just the
Yeah.
nutritional.
So,
What?
but it's
like
in the same
a
way.
yolk doesn't become
In the same way that
Oh.
you, but like, if you were to drink baby breast milk, everyone would be like, "You're a fucking weirdo." But if you drink cow's milk, everyone's like, "You're a
Fair
fucking
enough.
cool kid, man. I want to be friends with that guy."
Unless you're a vegan.
So yeah, vegan. But if somebody, you obviously if you eat chicken eggs, you like chilling. Would you dabble in your wife's egg
I don't see
if
the
she
point.
laid it?
No, I don't
I
really
would
understand why.
try it by accident.
No,
Was
but
it David
in
Beckham that ate the placenta, like fried it like a
Oh,
steak?
that's
Probably.
some people do that. It's like a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. I
I
don't
don't
know why.
understand.
It's like nutrients, and it's like packed full of the stuff.
But go down to Boots and get a vitamin A tablet for 30p.
You are not taking a vitamin A tablet over a placenta.
Yes, I am.
You need to get your priorities straight.
You'd eat the placenta.
I'd eat your placenta if you had one.
You chow down on anything. It's
No,
true.
I would try. I'm always hungry, so I probably would. Because
think the macros in it.
and think you're up all night with your wife, making sure she's okay and everything. Say you've been there for 10 hours trying to give birth. Whatever. You're gonna be hungry.
So you eat the placenta.
Can you not just order a takeaway?
That's
No need.
disrespectul to your woman.
You have to eat eat her placenta.
When she's actually produced that, you've got to stand up and be like, you know what, I will have that.
You know what? The first one of us that has a partner that gives birth,
We share.
Oh,
the
you'll
placenta.
if we
try
did
it.
that as a mukbang, guaranteed a mil views.
Placenta mukbang. Oh my
George's
god.
wife's placental mukbang.
That is mental.
Uh,
What if you froze it, and then when the kid's of age, when it turns 18,
Eat it.
that's like a real coming of age story.
I think that's how you create the first superhero.
have you seen that South Park episode where like that guy's like mean to Cartman, and he's like, "Oh, we're friends again." And he like has him around for like spaghetti bolognese or something, and he's like, "Joke's on you!" And he's like, "Oh, what did you do?" And he's like, "Did you pee in it or something? Did you spit?" And he's like, he basically tells a story, and he's like, he's killed his parents. He's killed the guy's parents, like chopped them up into mincemeat and like cooked with it. And he's like, "Ha, pranked like you're eating your parents." This is so dark. I don't know why I'm telling this one, but I thought that was where you were going.
It's not real though, right?
With it, no, it's a cartoon.
I thought it was
I thought
documentary.
yeah, saying like as a prank, like be like if your kid misbehaves, just give them placenta for dinner.
Pedo.
But that would be a really weird thing to do. So.
Let's best not do that.
On the subject of having kids, I was thinking the other day, isn't it kind of crazy how the ages for doing things is completely changed in just like one generation, or even like 2 generations? Like my grandma / granddad, they're the same person.
Same.
My grandma had my dad at like 19, but then back then that was like a very normal age, and they'd sort of get married similar time.
Yeah.
And like, I personally, not really had a choice. I'm nowhere near that sort of stage in my life, and I feel like that's normal for some of my age now.
Yeah, things have changed massively.
Yeah, I think economics has to be like probably the main thing, right? Like if you speak to our grandparents, like they'd leave uni, your granddad could get a job,
Yeah,
your grandma could give birth, and he could like own a 4-bedroom house on his like salary doing pretty much anything.
but also,
Whereas like now, if you wanted kids and you just have like a regular salary, like impossible.
yeah,
And then also, I wonder if social media changes it now, because like you just see people like traveling and doing all this kind of stuff that you can't do
Yeah.
if you have kids, and you go like, well, if I'm going to live till I'm like at least 80, probably 90, 100,
we're never
maybe
going to
even
die
higher.
apparently.
Huh?
We're never going to die apparently, are we?
Or maybe even never. You're going like, you just doesn't feel like we're in any real rush with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's not even obviously like economic things have changed, but also I just don't feel like I'd be ready to look after a kid
No.
right now. Like it's fucking mental that like grandparents were just doing it for like 6 years at this point.
Yeah.
Do you think we're slightly less able to comment on normal stuff just because we have such weird jobs? Like, of course, you can't. Like, you've just been away in Peru.
Yeah.
Like we're going to like Finland in a couple of weeks. Like we're constantly away. We're doing a football shoot one day. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like Tuesday we can have completely nothing on and go out on a Tuesday night. And then Saturday, Sunday, we're like working from 8, 9 a.m. because we've got a video to get out. And that kind of lifestyle makes it way harder
Yeah.
to have a kid. Like even today, like it's a Saturday now. Like if we had normal jobs, then we'd just go like, we're working 9 to 5, like the kids are in school. So like we'd have a much more
But would
easy
that
way
make
of looking
you
after the
more
kids.
like mature, do you think?
I still
Slash,
think
like,
if I was
ready
in a-
to-
If I was in 9 to 5, I just wouldn't be ready still.
No.
Because like all my mates from back home, I still can't imagine any of them happening.
No, exactly.
Do you think living in a city has something to do with it? Because a lot of my friends back home had kids like 4 years ago, but none of my friends here have kids or are married.
Because there's like more,
Cal's just said, do you think living in a city has anything to do with it? So his friends from back home, not in a city, have had kids, but not the ones that are living currently in a city.
you know, it's funny. Yeah, if I think about the people that I knew growing up that have kids, I think they're all in Jersey still.
Oh yeah, does
So
that
maybe-
change anything? Because for some
maybe-
reason in my head that means like being in a small sort of little microcosm. Just in my head, for some reason, when you're younger, you'd be ready to just get
Maybe-
going with life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, and I guess as well, another thing I guess would be family. So like if you're in Jersey or you're still like back home, you can have kids and still be like, oh, I can still go traveling or go on holiday or go out on the weekends or whatever, because my mum and dad still live in this small town, so they can help look after them, or my grandparents. Whereas us in London, like if we had a kid, and my family are still in Jersey, so like I couldn't be like, oh, just leave my child with my dad and mum or
Yeah.
grandma and grandpa whilst I go and travel or something. I'd be like, oh, it's a real pain. So maybe that has something to do with it as well.
Yeah, that's true. I'd even feel worried about getting a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like- I'm
our
like-
friends that have dogs, like they
Yeah.
really struggle.
Yeah. But then I'm like, if I can't look after a dog, what am I doing trying to get everyone pregnant right now?
Yeah.
No, don't stop trying though. I do enjoy it.
No,
One day it'll work.
He hasn't realised he can't get us pregnant yet. Keep trying.
yeah, keep trying. We like it.
Yeah, I wonder about that with the dog, but just go like, because we have a bit of spare money, maybe we could be like, we could get a dog and if you want to go out and that. But loads of our friends have dogs, and
Yeah.
it'll get to like Saturday 9 p.m. They'll just be like, well, I've got to go home. Like I'd love to stay out, but I've got to go look
Yeah.
after the dog. And you're like, oh, that's kind of a shame.
But then is that like a nice bit of equilibrium of the happiness they give you doesn't really, like, it sort of levels out as opposed
I'd imagine they'd all say it was worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
like Freezy says his dog's his
Mm.
best mate. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless him. Oh, poor thing.
Oh, poor thing. That's a difficult one, the dog-wise as well.
Mm.
Would you get a dog right now?
No, just because I wouldn't be around.
Take
Like,
the dog
I
away,
could
take the dog
say-
away, take the dog away.
Oh no, this is gonna surprise segment. No, because as much as
Great,
I'd
puppy's
want
crying
one,
now.
as much as I'd want one, I know that. Yeah, sure, I could probably work around it, but I just wouldn't spend as much time
Yeah.
with the dog as I should as well. It's like not fair on the dog for me to have a dog.
I'd love a dog.
I would love a dog as well.
I really miss having a
Come
dog.
on,
You-
should we
I
just
remem-
share a dog?
You went
Yeah.
through a little period, didn't you, of like trying to go like Arthur and Chris, like, oh, let's get one for the house. I don't know
Yeah.
how serious you were, but I was like, do it. Because realistically as well, between the three of you,
But I was like, do it from the outset. Do it.
well, I was like, if you're ever away and you need a dog sitter, I'll happily take it. But
Yeah.
also like, you can afford to be like, oh, if we're all away this weekend, we can just get a dog sitter in, take it to kennel,
It
but
does also
a bit
mean
sad for
that,
the dog.
like, yes, we'd be able to just be like, oh, we'll just get like a dog sitter or something. But then it also means that we have to be aware of everybody else's schedule the whole time as
Yeah.
well.
Mm.
And that's just like a whole nother layer of like, oh, but I can't go out this time because you're going out at this time. And then
Do you not
it's like-
synchronize calendars?
we do periods, but not calendars.
Fair enough.
There's sunk up.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
sunk
no,
up.
it is a shame. Like, have you ever been on Borrow My Doggy?
No.
It's such a great app because you can literally just search for dogs near you. You can be like, is there a dog like in a half a mile radius? And you can be like, oh, there's literally like a husky that like wants walking once a day.
Oh.
And you can just be like, I'm going to go play with this dog that will get to know you over time. Take it on a walk, go down to the, like, walk by the river, like park up on a bench, pull out a book, chill for a little bit. The dog really likes you, you drop it off back home and you don't have any of the like responsibilities for feeding them or vet bills, all that kind of stuff, all that like time commitment. You just go like, whenever I want, I can just message this person and be like, hey, is sangria free again?
Sangria.
Sangria. Who calls their
free
dog
again.
sangria?
I panicked so much.
I was so involved.
chosen.
I was so invested
Sangria.
in that story, and then suddenly sangria came out, and
There's going to be one
Yeah.
person with a dog called Sangria that you've
That's
really
true.
upset that's unsubscribed.
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe. Well, you're like, yeah, just spend more time on naming your dog next time.
No,
I
but
think-
it's a nice middle ground because as well, like you can have, like you get people that go away for weekends. They'll drop you a message being like, "Hey, can my dash and like stay the night?"
Should we borrow a doggy after this
Sweet.
podcast?
I'm
Our
down.
building doesn't allow it.
Do you know
We're
what
in
I
a
really
no
want
pets
to
allowed
do?
building, so
You know those interviews where they do with people where it's like they're just surrounded by puppies.
Yes.
At one point in my life, I want to be in a room where it's just me and like 10 puppies.
Yeah. They do.
Have you done puppy yoga?
No.
We should
It's
do that.
really good. It's great
There's one nearby
It
us
really
happening
is
right
great.
now. We should do that.
because they are all like.
Could we
actual-
do a boys'
with a-
puppy yoga? Would
Yeah.
that be
Yeah.
weird?
No, it's
No.
not weird.
I've literally done it.
Chris plays
By
netball.
himself.
Chris plays netball.
Yeah, so I mean, puppy yoga's not too weird, is
That
it?
man's quest for
plays
the lady is
netball.
insatiable.
That's
isn't it?
mental.
That,
Yeah, it's
there's
like-
no reason he's doing that other than
No,
because
it's
that's
like a multi-sports thing,
as in a multi-gendered sport.
as in just different types of sports. Sometimes they
Netball and
play
rounders.
netball, sometimes they play dodgeball.
I know there are
sometimes-
women in this.
yoga.
I don't know, there might be. There are women in it.
He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing.
He doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
He knows what he's doing. Hey, ladies, it's me again. Just rocks up.
Um,
Just throws
I
it up
imagine he's there with all the girls, and he's just getting picked last because he's the shortest. that would be
Today's
funny.
basketball.
That'd be mean.
That's why I didn't laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never laugh. Can't think of a segue. When
He's great at
Oh, the
door-
ones that have two wheels and the long run, that the ones you're holding your handle.
have you seen Warwick Davis in the world?
I was going to say that. Yeah, just zooming about.
Yeah, it's become a trend on TikTok to just film Warwick Davis in the world, which, by the way, is
It's a
actually
bit weird.
quite weird.
Very,
Yeah.
yeah.
But also, it's just cool to see him knocking about.
Ooh, I mean, look, relatively, like,
Shout out Warwick.
you
I
know,
just think it's so cool that he just goes about on a swagway.
if he's like half
Yeah.
the height of you, then he's got twice as much distance to travel.
Yeah, it makes absolute
and it's
sense.
harder for
Yeah.
him to walk. I think he said on
It's
the
so cool.
because was it when he did the what episode was it on Idiot Abroad season 2? Was it season 2 that he went with Carl?
Yeah.
And there were loads of times where he was like unable to get to the top. There was one where there was
Yeah.
loads of stairs.
Yeah, I can't remember specifically, but I know what you mean, yeah. But no,
Yeah.
In
shouts.
China, and he was going up to a Buddhist temple or something. Because I don't think it was the Seven Wonders. But anyway,
Yeah, shout out Wazza. Anyway,
Yeah.
when a door is closed, is it on or off?
off,
On.
on. What do
The
you mean
circuit
on?
is closed.
But
I'd say the
it's not-
door is on when it's closed.
You're
The
all-
door is on. The
Oh,
purpose
that's
of
so interesting. You're all wrong.
the purpose of the door is on.
The purpose of the door is to let you through.
The purpose
Is
of
a
the door is to
passing-
keep people
Purp-
out.
no, the purpose of
A
the
hole in the wall is to let you through. The purpose of the door is to
Which is
stop
what a
you.
door is. But
So,
like when a door,
Cal's just said the purpose of the hole is to let you through. The purpose of the door
when
is
a
to close
door
it
is
off.
not in action, it's just playing part of the wall. It's off. It's just like it's blending in. It's not doing. A door, the function is to turn a wall into a passageway. So if you turn it on, it's open, so
It
you can
depends on-
use it as a door.
I think the other way around.
I
But
think the
in-
function
in
is to
build-
The function
stop
of a door
people
is-
from coming in.
Yeah, but
No,
like
you
in
build a wall.
yeah, but no, okay.
No.
Sorry,
What do you
Donald
mean, no?
Trump. In
Come on,
What the hell do you mean no?
in castles.
Build a wall? No, I don't think I will.
don't want to.
In castles, before they had doors, they just had archways so you could get through. The reason of the door was to then solve that problem and close the archway when you don't need to get through.
But
there.
why not just fill it with concrete?
Because then you
'Cause
can't
then
get
you
you
can't
can't
Oh,
get
because
through.
you want to get through, so you make a door so you can get through.
No, you make a door so
No.
you can hold the archway, but while still being able to get through. The door is on when the archway's closed.
No,
Yeah, I think so.
that's so crazy.
Okay, but you can apply it to other things, like when you close a drawer, is it on or off?
Yeah, off.
It's on.
Wow.
You're hiding your stuff. Your
I
stuff
don't
is-
know if I agree with that. I'm not
Your,
sure. what I
your
feel
stuff
about that
is
one.
your stuff is away. The purpose of a drawer is to keep stuff away.
You would only
so it's
turn
on.
things on to use it. Like I wouldn't. This mic, I would only turn it on to use it. So if I want to go use that, no one's using that door now, so it's off.
Yeah, we
if
are
I go,
just-
oh, I want to go use that door, I'll go up to it and turn it on, open it, and then walk away and turn it off again. You use
Nah.
anything, you turn it on. You use
It's-
the camera, you turn it
The
on.
door is on right now because it's keeping people out of this room.
Like, okay, with a light, right? You don't want this room to be
But
perpetually
the
light
door is
or
not
dark.
a light.
Yeah, different purposes.
It's a complete different premise. Of
I-
course,
I-
a light is on when it's on. You don't need to explain that to me.
But the premise of both, right? You're saying like, oh, you want it to serve as
A block.
a wall, and
Not a
that's
wall.
like main function.
Just keep people out.
Keep people out like a wall, right?
No.
What do you
Closed
mean
door.
no? What's it? Okay,
It's
if
an
that was
archway
its,
that's closed.
if that was its sole function, it would just be you would just make it a wall, right? If you just wanted it to do just what it did when it's off,
No. Because I want to say, like George said, it's archway.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go through it and out of it. To stop people from coming through that archway, you put a door on it. And to serve that purpose,
to stop people coming
it's
through it and
on.
using it, to stop people using that passageway.
Stop people from coming through.
Yeah, and it's off when people aren't using it.
No, the door is on.
Can you think of anything else that you
'Cause
go,
it's
oh,
closed.
it's on when no person is like actively using it?
I'm sure there's an example.
A what?
Cupboard's on right now.
Oh yeah, I think the cupboard's off until I go up and open it, and then it's on.
But the purpose
Like
of the
this
cupboard
cupboard's
is.
off,
But the
and
purpose of that is to store.
I'm actively
But
opening it.
the purpose
I see
is
that
to
differently.
store
I
things
see that
away.
as on. When you open it, I see that as on.
But it's
Really?
the purpose is
That's
to
basically
store
a
it
door.
away.
Well, it is a door. It's a cupboard door. So a cupboard door is on when it's open for you.
But then
It's still on for me right now because it's keeping things away as it should.
it feels different. The door feels different. Because I feel
Other
like
examples.
the door when it's open, like that's not on, and then you close it and then it's on. It just feels it feels that.
I think it comes from what you said, closed circuit. It kind of like completes the
That's on.
four corners. But I just
It's a difficult because also I was thinking like if you close a cap on a bottle, you might think of as that as off, but the purpose purpose of the cap is to keep the liquid in.
But that's
Yeah.
what the
So
rest
if
of
the
the bottle
purpose
does.
is on,
But the
the
rest
cap
of the
is
bottle
literally
does
on.
that.
close is on.
The cap is on.
But the rest of the bottle does that, and it just would be more of the bottle if it was up. But like
No,
the
but
point of the
like,
cap is
Stops
going
things
like,
coming
oh,
in
I
and out.
can do something different to what everything else is doing. So I'm going to activate it by taking off and turning it
Okay,
on.
so if you just had a bottle without the cap,
Mm.
the problem would be that it would spill out
Yeah.
when you're not drinking it. So you put the cap on to stop that problem. Therefore, it's on when it's on there. Take it off.
The purpose
It's
is
off.
on.
You'd say the cap is. Well, you would say the cap is on and off in that way. Yeah.
That's the same sort of.
I just think I think it's more the active human interaction. Then that seems to be my criteria, because like when the cap is physically screwed in, let's say that rather than using on and off, like you're not actively using it, so I would say that's off. It's in like a passive state. I think on seems like an active state to me. So like you're actively like engaging with the door to walk through it,
Yeah,
or actively engaging with the bottle cap to put it on, or actively. So it's all about like it's on when a human is actively engaging with it, with a light, with a camera, with a mic, with a door.
What
Like,
about circuit breaker?
all of these things are on when you're like actively engaging with it physically, you know?
Yeah, yours is you're basing it off human interaction, whereas
Yeah.
we're basing it off purpose of the.
But we've already said it's
Thing.
dual purpose, so you need a different criteria for this.
Well, I would argue the purpose of putting a door in an archway is to stop people from coming in it.
no, but as in you admit that it's got two purposes, right? Because it's got two purposes, one to stop and one to let people through.
The
Because
purpose
if you just wanted it to
but
stop
the
you build
purpose,
a wall.
the purpose of the archway is to let people through.
Yeah. So
The
when
purpose of the door is to stop people from.
when the
coming.
door is on, it's a door. When it's off,
Mm.
that place in the wall then becomes an archway, so you can go through. Then when the door's back on again, it's closed.
But the reason you build a door in rather than just filling it in is because like you want to have the ability to use it either way. You want to have the ability for it to be closed and the ability for it to be open. That's why you build a door, right? So you've got the dual purpose. So if you're saying like it's just fulfilling one of two purposes, that goes with everything. So you need a different criteria for saying whether it's on or off. And you need to be consistent with that criteria for anything else you apply it to. Which is why they're like actively engaging with something with dual purpose. Makes sense because you're either actively engaging or not, right?
But the door serves a different purpose to the archway.
Yeah, but
And
Are
then,
you
but
sa-
you're bringing a wall into it by saying if you want to keep people out by putting a door,
Yeah.
you could just do a wall.
yeah.
But I don't want to do a wall
So why would you want a door rather than a wall?
because it's already an archway.
Yeah, but if someone goes like, oh, why can't we just fill it up? What's the difference between a door or it just being filled with concrete?
Just because you want to use it.
You
want to
what?
use the archway. You still want the archway feature.
Yeah, so you want to be able to let people
and
in.
the feature of the
or
archway is to go in or out.
Yeah. So it's got a dual purpose because it can let people through or stop people going through.
Right.
Yeah.
But the
So
door, that's not the door's
Yeah,
purpose. That's still the archway's
That's what we're
purpose.
saying. The door isn't necessarily dual purpose. It's the door's purpose is off, then it reveals the purpose
No,
of the
but forget the
archway.
off and on because that's what we're trying to figure out. Like we're just going the door itself.
Yeah, but with an archway, putting a door on it, what purpose does it add?
The archway. It makes it rather than singular purpose, which is to let people
Yeah,
through
but-
to a dual purpose.
Right. So
yeah.
Yeah, but then
the door is
you're
therefore
doing.
on when it's.
No, you
Closed.
can't
No,
say
but-
door
no,
on
but-
yet.
No,
until
but you're doing a archway door collab with saying dual purpose, whereas the door's purpose is to close the archway.
Yeah.
But it's because
The
you're adding
archway's
it
purpose
to,
is to let people.
but you're
through.
adding it to something that already has a singular purpose. So you're going, here's something with this one purpose. Let's give it a second that allows you to alternate between the two.
Yeah, but the door that's the.
So
door
I
and the
agree that
archway
the door
working
comes in and
together.
adds the second bit, but it adds the second bit rather than changing it to the second bit because it's got two. So the only reason
they're
that the
still
door,
different things though.
the only reason that the
Take the
door
door
is
away,
able
the
to
archway's still there.
continue the archway to fulfill its purpose of letting people through is because the door itself has the ability to let people through.
But the door once the door is open,
Mm-hmm.
the archway has the ability to let people through.
Mm-hmm.
So once the door is closed,
It doesn't, yeah. So the door has those two
and-
different
and-
purposes.
and the purpose of the door was to close the archway.
Yeah.
Yeah, to add. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's adding the second one. You've got the archway that already has the first property of letting people through.
Yeah, but the only purpose
Exactly.
of the door there is to close the archway.
Yeah, but so you could have the exact same argument with the wall and be like, oh, the wall is there to like lock people out, and so adding a door is still just locking people out. But it's got the second property of also allowing people to go through.
If you have to add an archway, then a door to be able to let people through with the wall.
Well, I mean, you won't necessarily.
I think the idea is the door itself, the
Mhm.
purpose of the door is not to get through that archway because without the door you can still do it.
But-
the purpose is to close that
Yeah, but
archway.
you were saying there's a, but I can say that with the wall. Let's say we're in one of those homes that you go like, I want to make it a bit more open plan, or like you buy two apartments next to each other and there's a wall. If you go, I'm going to instill a door there. You're not going, I want to instill a door there because it has one purpose to stop people getting through. You instill it because it's got the two purposes. You're going like, I'm adding a door to that wall, and all it's doing is adding the ability for people to pass through it.
But the door then is activated once it's closed because you want to keep the room separate.
I think the difference is in that circumstance where we need to add a door there, it's used in terms of like you need to knock through, make an archway, make a hole in the wall, and then use the door to then seal that up. The same way, like I'm looking at it as saying if the door is on or off. If I looked at like a cupboard door that wasn't connected to anything, it was just on the floor there, I'd be like, oh, that's a cupboard door.
Mm-hmm.
If that's then, if I then see the cupboard with it, and the door's on it, I say that's a cupboard, which is a completely different thing. The door is the thing that's on the front of it, which is when it's open or closed, which is the same with the archway scenario, whereas the archway's there. Once I put the door on it, the door is the bit
But I
that's
don't
on
think
the
you'd call it a
archway.
door if it didn't open.
What do you mean?
So if that just like if you had essentially something that was an archway that was filled with wood, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a door, because they'd be like, well, no, it doesn't open and allow you to go through.
You take that thing off its hinges, that's just sat there on the floor. I'll be like, that's the door.
Mm-hmm.
Once you put the door there and close it like that, and you look up at that, I'd be like, that's an archway.
Yeah, as in yeah.
So then the reason you put the door on is to close the archway.
Yeah, but you'd also use the door, like it's a door, so it still swings, right? So like if you just put it in and it just remained in place, it wouldn't be a door.
But what would you argue
It
the
would just be a
door's
wall.
main purpose is?
Oh, both. I would just say it has dual purpose.
I see it as the
That's
same.
why you build a door and not a wall.
But
Because if its only thing is to keep people out, you would just build a wall.
But I see it as the same as a lock. When a lock is closed, it's on because it's keeping something secure. I see the door the same as a lock.
Mm-hmm.
It's closed, it's on.
But a lock doesn't have the purpose of making something unlocked. You don't add a lock to anything to be like, oh, it's now unlocked. It's
But,
gained a new feature.
What about
But
zip?
you unlock a zop. You unlock a lock, you can get your bike out.
Yeah, but
Would
like
you say that's on? Because I say that's the lock is off, but you now can get your bike out.
But as in that, I don't think the lock has dual purpose in the same way a door does. Because you can't, if you take a bike and add an unlocked lock to it, nothing's changed.
I think it does have the same purpose because the mechanism of a lock is either open or closed, just like a door is.
But the way a door lets people through.
But then the lock lets
so
you get
Okay,
something
in
out,
that,
So the
as well as put something in.
So the difference between if you have a wall, right, and you add a door, you've added the ability.
But you could cement a
to
bike
go
to
through it.
something.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter whether it's cemented. Let's say you've cemented a bike to something. If you add an unlocked lock, there's no new feature. It doesn't have a new property. It's still just a bike that's locked to the cement. You don't go along
Same
and
as a
just
door.
go, oh, here's an unlocked thing. But that's not the case with a wall. That's just a wall.
But
'Cause
if you put a
can add
door on a wall, it's the same.
So
on
if that wall is there, and I go, I'm going to add a door there.
Yeah, but you'd have
Then
to
you-
add an archway. But
You
if
have
you
to add
just
a hole
added
in the
a door
wall,
onto
which
the
you
wall,
are
it's
then
just a door
covering
on a
up
wall.
with.
But
the door.
I would say that the gap and the hinges in the door is part of the door.
No, because I think that's where we disagree. We consider the door just to be the plank of wood that you take off,
Rather
door is
than the
that
entire-
thing, as
rather than the
opposed to
entire feature.
the whole. A door and a doorway.
Mm.
What about a zip?
This is a great question.
What
Mark.
about what about a zip?
Oh, zip.
See, when the zip is on for me,
Zip.
Up.
it's when, say, if I've got a backpack,
Zipped up.
fully over, can't get in, zips on.
Yeah.
Zips on.
And the purpose is to get in and out still, just like a door.
So when the
No,
zip comes,
yes, yeah.
it's on.
I would again be the other way around. I would be
Really?
like, oh, like,
Wow.
like this is a bag full of things, but it's got this specific part of it that, like, if the only difference this adds is the ability to unlock it. So, like you say, it's on when you're actively engaging with it and unzipping and getting stuff out. Usually, passively, when the zip's like all the way around and like closed, it's not really doing anything different. Like if that zip wasn't there and it was just the rest of it was cotton or whatever the backpack's made of or leather, then the zip's not adding anything.
I just don't. In my head, just them being all together. That's them on doing their job,
Mm.
Yeah.
and then when it's
Interesting.
off, then you can actually get in.
Yeah.
Wow, here's a good question.
It is a
A
great
crazy
question.
little
I'll be
fucking
interested what
Quite
other people think as
philosophical,
well.
yeah. Yeah, because I mean,
It's probably split.
I imagine I'm in the minority because it's 3v1 already in here.
I don't know. I guess it's
And I
just the
probably
way
didn't
that I think we're.
explain
I
why.
think we're going off of.
Yours is quite emotive, I would say. It's like it feels like with the zip.
Yeah, I feel
like,
like it's somewhat emotive, but then also
Purpose.
there
as well.
there is a way to explain why we feel
Yeah.
the way that it
Yeah.
does. But then I think yours is much more like on and off has to mean one thing if you apply it to everything. So
yeah,
like,
I do think if you're going to, I think you have to have logical consistency behind it.
yeah.
So you have
I
to be
think-
like, I can apply this reasoning to anything.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Just different things can be on in different ways.
Yeah, I wonder if we could think of something probably not off the dome that hasn't got my thing of like that's my criteria side of like whether someone's actively using it and figure out if it's on or off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where there's like less of a human
A
involvement.
border.
I think a preference is you've got a space, so where it could be in a bag, it could be in a box, it could be a room, but you've got a space. If it's closed off completely, there's no door, no zip, no nothing, you can't get to it. There's no purpose for it. So the purpose is access. So you have to have access to that thing, whether it be box, bag, or room, for it to be a purpose. Therefore, adding the door, closing it, is the additional purpose. Therefore, that is on, because the standard state would.
Didn't you just say the purpose was the access though? So if you want to be able to access it, you have a door.
That access is like a standard. You have to have access to it, otherwise the room, the box, the bag has no purpose.
Okay, so what Cal said there is the way he looks at it is so something like a box, a bag, or something like that, they have no use without an opening. So that is just where they come as standard. So a box, say like without its lid, or like a bag without its zip, it's just open. And then when you add that thing on and then close it, that's when that thing is on.
Yes, it's being
So
Yeah,
the
but
thing
that-
is
but that's
actively
the
closed.
But you've got the dual. So that's the kind of same issue with the dual purpose because you're saying like, oh, the bag with the zip done up is it's now got a zip. But I would just say if you're saying that the like purpose is the access, like the purpose of the zip's presence, I'd be
No,
like,
I'm saying like the thing has to have access as standard, otherwise it has no use.
yeah,
Therefore, accessing it isn't the purpose. The purpose is closing it off. Therefore, closing it is it being on.
yeah. See, I would just say that the bag has dual. Like you want to be able to access and close it off. It's got those both purposes.
But then if you have a bag without a zip, it's just a bag. It's completely closed. There's there's no way to get into it. There's no point in the bag.
Mm.
Same with the room. Same with the box.
Yeah, so when you add a zip and then open it, you're giving it that new property of being accessible.
But I just see it as that has to be a standard thing of like you need to access it. Therefore, closing it is the action and it being on.
Yeah, so like I think so Cal was basically just reiterating that in order for that thing to be a thing, a bag, it needs to have an opening so that it can be a bag, and then you add the zip to make that opening closed. So like in my head, say this room was made, they wouldn't then seal it off and then say, right, how the fuck do we get out?
Yeah.
An archway would be there, and then they go, right, we need to add a door so we can close the room
Yeah,
off.
see, I think that's why I was trying to avoid the doorway thing because of the archway door thing. I think that's why the bag is a slightly better one, because it's like if you have a bag that was just completely open or completely closed off, that's not what you want, right? You want a bag that can be closed and can be open, right?
Okay, so yeah, I think I get where you're coming from. I think it's it's just
I think it's
just a difference in
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a really like more abstract kind of like, it's probably too hard to come up with at the time, that's not kind of like closing something or opening something.
Yeah, that's I saw it on Anne podcast somewhere.
That's very good.
That's good.
Okay, I think that's the end of the when does this episode come out?
3 weeks.
Okay, 3 weeks. I think before we end, just Anne quick and very quick thing.
And
Before we go off and fight about this for the next 5 hours as we get drunker and drunker.
Just as
me and Georgie getting drunk tonight, so this is definitely coming up at the dinner table.
just a quick things just to lighten the mood before the end. Not that the mood was dark; it was just a conversation.
The mood was off.
It was on.
Okay, because it's nearly Christmas time. I would like. I guess you guys can argue amongst yourselves. You're doing it together. I would like you to blind rank these Christmas films.
Oh, blind wankum.
What?
You love doing that. Go.
Okay.
What does he mean?
Number one.
You've got 5 films coming up, and you need to blind rank them. First up, Arthur Christmas.
5, never seen it, sadly.
5, never seen it, sadly.
Should watch it. Aardman favourite. Shout out, Dad.
Is he your favourite Arthur?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Both me and Hill took strays there. So.
Hey, don't throw yourself amongst the pigeons if you don't want to get pecked, boys.
Okay.
Next film, Elf.
Oh, so
I want to
good.
put that number 1.
Oh, but the children love the books. Oh, God.
Exactly.
It's got to be a 2 because it's just so funny.
Okay, yeah, let's do it 2. Let's do it 2.
2? Okay. Next up, Home Alone.
That's great. 3? Or is it better than Elf?
It's not better than Elf. It's a classic.
Number 3 then.
But it's number
It's a
3.
banger.
It's a banger.
Okay.
It's close, but
You guys seem to be in cahoots / sort of agreeing.
I
with
feel
each
like
other
Elf
so
is
far.
slightly more tailored to being when you're an adult. I feel like Home Alone's a bit more kind of like, what's it called?
Kiddie
Like
film?
sketch. What's it called? Like sketch comedy? Not sketch comedy. but
Slapstick.
Slapstick. is what I
There
was
you
looking for.
Yeah. Die Hard.
Die Hard is so good, but not a Christmas film. 4.
Yeah, due to
I mean,
that.
Do you see it? That's a question to ask. Do you see Die Hard as a Christmas film?
I
or
think
not?
Christmas
not
films should
overall.
be films that make you feel more Christmassy. I feel like they've got a Christmas element and they make you feel more Christmassy. Because loads of films have Christmas in them.
But then, would you watch them at? I feel like Die Hard is one that you can
You can
not
watch
watch at
anywhere.
Christmas.
a new philosophical question has entered the chair.
Okay, so you're popping Die Hard at 4.
Yeah,
So this means this last one will have to be number 1.
we shouldn't have done that.
We could be fucked there.
Your last film is Love Actually.
Oh, number 1 is
That's a
perfect.
great
It's
film.
a great
I
film.
feel like you've done really well with that.
That is
list there.
fantastic. That's actually how I would roar.
Would you have rejigged
ranked
it
it.
at all? I mean, I guess obviously you guys are going to go home and watch Arthur Christmas tonight.
I would fully visibly rank that.
I'd leave it
I'd
as
like
it is.
that, yeah.
I'd leave it as it is.
You guys
Oh,
excited
man.
for the new
Lucky I drank that all.
new Wallace and Gromit at Christmas, by the way?
Yes, can't wait.
Feathers McGraw is back.
Yeah, can't wait.
Nice, can't wait.
Best
You're
villain in history. He's not seen the first one. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We've had laughs, we've had debates, we've had controversial takes on Christmas films, but most of all, we've had Arthur Hill.
On.
Okay, no, that's a violation.
That's mad.
I was going to say here, and then I went here.
You've said Max and Arthur Hill more than you've said Isaac or Arthur Television so far.
That's
Did I
true.
say
I've never
Max?
heard you say my name before. That's really weird.
But most of all, we've had Arthur TV and Italian Bach. Thank you guys for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having us and pleasuring us as well.
Oh yeah.
If you were pleasured by this week's episode, give us a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you're notified every time we upload. If you are listening, give us a 5-star rating, download us, listen to us on the go. Perhaps tell us about us to your friends and whatnot and all this sort of stuff. And finally, check these boys out. Not just visually, but on the interwebs. Batch and Arthur podcast. You've also got Arthur Television / Arthur Frederick and Italian Batch
Thanks for watching.
on all socials.
Whoa!
One last quote to leave the guys with.
Hey, and in case you haven't already, Merry Christmas.
And a dog is not just for Christmas, it's for all year round.
Unless it's really old and you've got it from a shelter.